this video, and this is your host Jay Author making this presentation on behalf of retirementtransformation.com. And in this video we're going to talk about how to calculate the cost of living in retirement. And this is your episode number 1. We'll have many more episodes to come because this is quite a big subject and we really don't want to rush and don't do justice with this topic. So that's why we're broken down in many episodes. So keep watching the further episodes of this. So retirees who spend too much, especially in the early years, run the risk of depleting their savings before they die. Have you thought about that? Or are you in those shoes? Think about it. But at the same time, retirees who spend too little run the risk of living their retirement life without pleasures and comforts before they die. They leave lots of money. They leave so much money for their kids, their grandkids, and everybody else. But at the cost of what? They didn't enjoy their life. We don't want that either or those kind of scenarios here. Why? Because there's an optimal balance between spending too much and spending too little. The process of estimating your cost of living in retirement or at retirement is a good first step. So if you run out of money while in retirement, it doesn't matter if it was because you spent too much or because your investment assets were mismanaged. At the end, the issue here is that if you run out of money, that's the bottom line. You don't have money left to manage your retirement, and that's your retirement in poverty. We don't want that situation. But when you go to the financial planners, that's what it happens here, that those guys, most of the time, they pay hardly any attention to spending or your expenses. They all the time look at that this is what the money you need to sustain your retirement. How they do it, I'm going to share that with you. The planners either ask you to guess your expenses or they use a rule of thumb. What is that rule of thumb? It's 75% of your pre-retirement income as a rule of thumb. Is that the right rule of thumb? Maybe, maybe not, but you be the judge. Most planners assumes because their assumption is that expenses will go up each year by the same rate as that of inflation. The underlying assumption here is that the real spending does not change during your retirement. It will be the same whether you are 65, 75 or 85. But that's not the reality, because in the real world, most retirees will adjust their spending to reflect changes in their income, wealth, age, their retirement goals, whatever it is. It's like when you go to drive a car, you always look for the best position of your seat, your mirrors, everything else before you start driving. It's the same thing in this case. So in order to have a financially secure retirement, it's very, very important that you need to do the proper management of your budget. It's as important as the proper management of your investment portfolio. But this is a watch out when you go to a financial planner. They'll focus more and more on the management side of investment portfolio than on the budget side. We are advocating that you need to keep the balance on both at the same time to have a proper retirement planning done. So if you like this video, you enjoyed this tip, simple, you can do it, then keep watching for more and more episodes on this topic. But at the same time, you can go ahead and check out tons of free retirement tips which is available for you at retirementtransformation.com/blog. So what are you waiting for? Why don't you take action now? Go ahead, check it out. Bye-bye.